My name is Alikammiaraq Sigurdson-Kuksuk and I'm from Nunavut. I'll be explaining on how to sew a parka. Okay, so step 1. Cut out the inside of the material first. So it would be this. This is the inside. And this is just a skirt. And then you cut out the outside, which would be this, right? Like the commander. And then step 3 says, sew the inside together, body first, shoulders, then underarm area. Put arms together. You have to make sure that they're still left on the right side of the arm. And then you have to figure out which side of the arm goes on which side, which could be pretty difficult. And then you look for the middle area. You put the hood pieces together and sew onto the body. Step 4. Sew design onto the parka, like the outside of the parka, like the commander. And then you start on the pockets, which is step 5. Step 6, similar to step 3, but be sure to top stitch. Step 7, put together inside and outside from bottom. I'll get more into detail of that later as I show you guys as I have my material out laid out on my bed. Step 8, put the zipper on the parka. Step 9, put the paste tape on hood area. Step 10, sew the fur onto the parka. And then note that you have to sketch out the design of the parka first, and remember to back stitch at the start and the end of the parka. Okay, so the steps that I just read out to you guys, these are from 2017 when I did the mini makeup program. It was during spring break, and I think it was one of the first times that they did that. And if it weren't for that, then I wouldn't have known how to sew. And the course ran through from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the teachers that I had, or instructors that I had, I should say, they were amazing. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't have known what I know now. And 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. Even though it's been 4 years since it passed, the notes that I took and this book I still use up to today because it's pretty useful. Okay, before I go and explain how different sewing is today compared to back then, first I'll go a bit into detail of these notes. Okay, so I have the hood materials cut out. It's right here. And here's the other side. And then the centerpiece of the hood. And then the same goes with the arms. This would be like, for over here, would be on this side, I believe. And then this. Wait, no, I did it completely wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, so this right here is actually, like, it goes on top. And then this side that I showed you guys earlier, like a few seconds ago, is actually the underarm area of the arm. You have to make sure that you have both sides of each. So here's the left side. And I don't have the front and the back area at this moment, but you cut out those materials first. When you're cutting out, you need good scissors like these. And once you're done cutting out, I'm not sure if you could see, but see how right there, you have to do that to each and every single one of the pieces that you cut out before you sew it on together. And then once you've done that, you put your pieces on together, like what I did with this hood. I did this a while ago, but I'm just using it as an example. And as you could see, when you're sewing, you have to, like, I'm not sure if you can see this right here, but before I started sewing, I went a few centimeters, and then I backstitched, and then I continued all the way. And by the time I got to the top, I had to backstitch again. And when you're sewing, you have to make sure that for the inside of the parka, you have to make sure that these are on the outside and not on the inside. Otherwise, if you do that, well then the inside of your parka is going to be uncomfortable. And then when you're done that, before you start sewing on the outside of the parka together, which I haven't done, but before you start, okay, wait, let me take this instead. Before you start sewing on the outside of the parka, you have to make sure that you have the design sewn on. So I have the design that I want for this parka that I'm working on. I have it by me, so I might as well show you what I mean. Before you start putting your pieces together of the outside of the parka, you have to be sure to sew on the design first before anything else. Once you're done that, you have to sew on all the pieces together. And then once you're done sewing on the pieces, earlier I mentioned that you have to sew the inside and the outside of the parka at the bottom. And what it means is, okay, so wait, one of my instructors, when she showed me how to do putting these on together, what she did was she had the inside of the parka just like how it is, but the outside of the parka where the design is and everything, she had it inside out, and then she put it at the bottom, and then like right here, and she sewed it together. Before you do that, you have to do pockets, which okay, so before you do the pockets, like this right here, see a pocket, do you see it? Okay, so before you do that, you have to make sure that there's like a V shape, and then you just have to do this part, which I don't know how to explain. And then you do the zipper, which I don't know how because it was done for me. I'm sorry for being so blunt. And then once you're done that, I don't know if I can show you. Oh yes, I can. Put the bias tape on, which is this right here to cover up the fact that this part isn't sewn together. Like like so it doesn't show the outside of the material and the inside of the material not being stitched together or anything. That's when this comes in, this part of the bias tape. And once you've done that, just sew in the fur. And yeah. Okay. When you're sewing, you're gonna want your thread and your bobbins, right? Here's my bobbins. All three of my bobbins are pretty full. I have two in my hands right now, and the other one's on my sewing machine, which I'll show you in a sec. I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so before you do your bobbin, just say that this was empty. What you do is you put it on here, and then you move it over this way, and then you see these little arrows. Why not? You with your thread right here, which mine's right here. So I'm wanting to cooperate. What you do is you follow those arrows, and you just go like that. And I would put it through here, but I'm using my hands, so I'm not gonna do it right now. And you put it through there, and then you go down, and then back up, and then like around. And once you've done that, you see this thing? You see this thing right here? You put it there, and then through the needle, but my needle's down, and I can't move it. Wait, let me try. Oh, I can. After that, you put your needle through there, and once you're done, you would press on the threadle, but my sewing machine's not plugged in right now. And then you just press on it, and the bobbin that's here, it would wind. The bobbin that's there. Oh, I missed a step. I'm sorry. Before you start, I'm not sure if you could see the little hose there, but you have to put the thread through one of those going inwards. I believe, yeah, going inwards. And you put it there, and that's when you do the process of what I just explained earlier. Then you press on the paddle, and then once you're done that, it would just, the thread would just, like this would just spin after you turn it this way. I have to turn it to the right, but I can't because my sewing machine isn't on. By the time it's done, it would, like by the time it's full, it would just stop on its own. And then if you were to like put it back onto sewing instead of winding, the threading process, it's exactly the same. You just press on that thread, and then you go a few centimeters, and then this is this reverse. You press on it, you press down, that's when you do reverse. And then okay, wait, like what I did with these right there, you wouldn't really have to, like, I hope that was helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact one of the NYA staff so that they can get to me for me to answer your question. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.